We tried to correct him with verbal correction. It didn't work.
Cody, listen to me. You're sick.
No!
Cody!
No!
Cody!
No!
Get in the chair.
No! No!
Cody!
No! No!
I really felt like we needed to hear the whole story about this imaginary friend.
Tell us more about your new friend, Cody.
How old is he?
He's 6.
He said man had brown hair, brown eyes,
He's 6.
and pale skin.
Where'd he come from, Cody?
We asked him where man came from. He replied, from behind the park where the lake is, deep in the ground.
Did something happen to man, Cody?
He said that a stranger took him from his mommy and did terrible, terrible things to him. And he cried and he cried and screamed for his mommy, but his mommy never found him. And he never saw his mommy again.
Scream and cry all the time. Man's whole body was hurt and bloody. After that,
Jan and Dale wanted desperately to understand what Cody was telling them.
Is man dead, Cody?
yes.
Jan was convinced, but Dale was not.
I was not really concerned that anything bad was going on. I just thought he's just going through a change of some
I think
kind.
it's just a phase he's going through, Jan.
My way of thinking was it was something that he could have heard that he was repeating, because I just didn't believe in that stuff. I just didn't.
I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Well, I do. There's way too much detail.
This
It's too
filled me with a
specific.
feeling of dread to know that this ghost of this child was actually making his home with my son.
I have a sister. Her name is Pamela. She's nice, but she's too old to play with toys.
Cody, you want to read a story?
He didn't want us to tell stories. He didn't want to watch TV. He stopped interacting with the family.
What do you like?
Man became his best friend. I was angry.
I like dinosaurs.
Jan was willing to try almost anything to get her son back. She contacted an old friend, a Native American shaman, a medicine man.
Tell me exactly what's going on here.
He's been acting so strange ever since he's been talking about the
Dale was skeptical about meeting the shaman,
spirit.
but wanted to support his wife.
He's been cussing and
I was concerned because I knew that something had really scared her, and I knew that she was upset.
I have seen this in our culture, even with younger children than Cody.
I wish
I told him about the events that were happening in the house and how they were escalating, how distant Cody was, his language, his attitude, and this imaginary friend just possessing him.
I believe your son invited this stone spirit into the house.
The shaman said the only way to be rid of the spirit was to revoke the invitation by praying.
We've got to uninvite him.
Exactly. And you must be forceful when you
And
do
by
this.
performing a traditional Native American ritual.
He would not perform the ceremony himself. He said the owner of the house has to do this.
So, what do we need to do?
Some dry sage.
He instructed us to burn sage and sweetgrass and direct it around the 4 corners of the property.
Must burn throughout the house.
The shaman also told Jan she must anoint the entryways to the house with olive oil. The next morning, Jan hoped the ritual would work, but she doubted herself.
Was I worthy enough of God for Him to hear my prayers? My strongest pleas with Him to help me through this, to help me cleanse this house and this property.
Gives this oil the power to protect our threshold, my house, keep it safe. Air and fire and wind. May this flame please protect us from this little boy. Protect us from this evil little boy spirit that's trying to enter our house.
The ritual seemed to work.
What do you think of that rat? It's a big rat, isn't it?
There was no imaginary playmate. Cody became more playful. He was more responsive to the family needs.
3 months went by.
Here. Call 911. Here. Firefighters.
He wasn't 100% back, but everything was pretty well quiet. So I felt that this ceremony did help.
We're coming to the rescue. 911.
And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he started talking to man again. I could not move. And he carried on a little conversation for a little bit, and then he got very, very quiet.
Cody? 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 Cody?
He had something in his hand, and it was a photograph. And I said, "Where did you get this?" And I reached down to grab it.
Give it back, it's mine.
He went berserk.
Give it back, it's mine.
Honey, it's okay, baby. Shh, honey, it's okay. It's okay. Shh. It's okay.
It looked like an older Polaroid, maybe from the late 50s, early 60s. There was an elderly woman, like a grandmotherly type, and then there was a small boy.
Cody, who's in this picture? Who's in this picture, Cody?
Man,
Cody, where did you get this picture?
man gave it to me.
All right, Cody, here's your lunch. It's a sandwich and Jello. Okay, use your napkin now. Don't forget. Okay, sometimes you forget that. Goodness, Cody.
I don't want any stupid lunch.
Cody Foster, you have just earned yourself one major timeout, young man.
Man said I don't have to listen to you anymore. I don't have to do anything you said.
Alarms went off in my head that this being was telling my son what to do now.
Oh, please don't go.
No, I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore.
I-
Give that boy some counseling.
I'm sorry. Please don't talk to him. Please don't go. No, wait. Please.
Man had returned, this time with a vengeance.
9 years ago, an event took place that changed the world. Some lost their lives.
Peter said, "Dad, the plane is being hijacked."
Some lost their loved ones.
Every time I look at it and I see that plane coming in, I'm watching my son die.
And some sacrificed themselves in the line of duty.
What my wife and the rest of the crew did that day is unbelievable.
Discovery World looks back on 9/11 and its aftermath. A tragedy seen through the eyes of the witnesses, the survivors, and the families of those who did not survive.
We shall never forget what happened on September 11, 2001.
9/11 season, Sunday from 7:10 on Discovery World.
The rituals suggested by the Native American shaman seemed to alleviate whatever had been troubling 5-year-old Cody Foster. But his parents say that 3 months later, the nightmare returned. Jan tried to put on a brave face.
Cody?
I was the one experiencing most of his abusive behavior, and I was trying to cover it up and be rational. I was trying to be a mother. I was trying to keep the family together. I was hoping that maybe this would go away.
Cody, are you hungry?
There was no love, there was no hugging, there was no goodnight kisses. He was a total stranger to me at this point. I really didn't know how to handle this. Around this time,